Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Last time we found the magic mirror in the Elven ruins. We lost our friend. We got rescued by Duncan, the Grey Warden, and woke up in our Dalish camp. And now we try to start a rescue mission and have to talk to Meryl in order to do that. So let's get going.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
So I assume that is the Meryl from Dragon Age 2? I'm not sure. Fenarel is coming with us. Any objections?
That depends on the Keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
She's fine with it.
She is. I suppose I needn't worry about it then. Are you ready?
Aren't you worried about getting sick?
A little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it.
How much did the Keeper tell you?
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
Okay, let's go.
And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Let's find Tamlin. Okay. Is that where we started with Tamlin too? Can we talk to them now?
Yes?
What do you know about the Grey Wardens?
Not much. They're an old order that saved us from Darkspawn in the past, but I thought they died out long ago. I'm told they deserve respect, though it was odd to see a Shem in our camp for so long.
Okay, anything else?
Yes?
What do you think happened to Tamlin?
I dread to think of it. If he is as sick as you were, even if the worst has happened, we cannot leave his body unburied.
Okay, what about Fenarel?
Let's not waste any time. If Tamlin's alive, he needs us.
Darkspawn! Beware!
What? Where? Oh, there.
It will be done.
Okay, let's get a little bit closer here.
You want to die, don't you?
Do it!
Ha! We have done well!
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
That would make sense.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Maybe the mirror has something to do with it. Yeah, maybe the mirror has something to do with it.
What would Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I'm fine.
You do look quite pale now that Meryl's mentioned it.
What are you implying?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Let's go.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Oh, look at the trees here. Something is buggy.
I wonder whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
No, it's
The Grey
fresh.
Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps this is his camp.
Maybe.
If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No. What?
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Tamlin said he felt the same thing in the cave.
And now it's affecting the forest? Maybe that mirror unleashed some kind of sickness. That would not be good.
That's an understatement.
The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
Okay. So that is maybe why the... Ooh.
Of course.
Why the plants look so weird. They're
Let us end this
poisoned.
quickly!
They're sick.
You have forced my aim!
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. More darkspawn. That's not great. Okay. Yes. Let's venture forth. Let's get tumbling. Okay. Okay, there are
So these
dead
are the ruins. Interesting.
darkspawn.
They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Maybe they took him hostage.
Maybe. Let's just hope he's here, somewhere.
Okay. Let's go the same way as last time. There are some dead spiders and dead darkspawn. I'm missing a lot of my shots. Ooh. Beheaded that guy.
Darkspawn!
Oh.
Beware!
Stunned him. Oh, there's more.
You're in trouble now!
I mean, Barrel, you could help.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Nicely done. Oh, there's a cocoon.
Yes.
Another deep mushroom. Oh boy.
I'm not going down easily!
No, but
Follow your lead!
they go down anyway.
We can't let this stop us! Better than that!
He's dead.
Very well.
No, that's not very well.
By the gods! I'm hurt!
Come on.
As you say.
Oh, he's back. I won't step on that plate again. Oh. Duncan is there.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
So you're Duncan, the Grey Warden, who saved me.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andera Natisha, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
And I am Fenarel. Did you come here alone, human? Battling all those creatures?
Yes, though I must admit you took a great deal of pressure off me. Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
No, we're looking for our brother, Tamlin.
So, you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
Yes, Tamlin touched the mirror and blacked out.
I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
Can we fix it?
Unfortunately, no. It will taint all those who come near it now.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Perhaps there's something to what you say, yeah.
Confirm it with your keeper later if you like. For now, we must deal with the mirror. It is a danger. It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
Yeah, what about Tamlin?
There is nothing we can do.
Are you sure?
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
Won't there at least be a body?
The Darkspawn would have taken it.
Why would they take his body? Not to eat it, I hope.
Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. I'm sorry.
I'm not ready to give up on the search just yet.
If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
Yeah, then wait outside. I'll be out when I'm ready.
As you wish. I will see you back at camp.
Okay. Must be somewhere. I remembered this chest. Is that him? No. Come on. Maybe here? No? There's something. Firebolt and scale armor. Okay.
Spirits, we must be on our guard.
Ooh.
Yes.
That could be an issue. Kick him in the nuts. Skeleton nuts.
I'm not going down easily! Now you see true
No,
power!
not easily, but you go down again. Oh, and there he goes.
Oh no! Be gone!
Let's take him out, so I can at least... Do want to at least see him.
This is a waste of time!
No. Surviving is not a waste of time. Guess I don't have... There.
It will be done.
Okay. What was that?
As you say.
So you said you're, what did it say? Commemorating the emergence of the... Hard to read. Can't be that important. But we leveled up, so let's check that out. Let's go... Again, 2 in dexterity, 1 into cunning. Not yet unlocked. Now... Archery. Melee archer. Experience fighting in the tight quarters has taught the archer to fire without interruption even when being attacked. That sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, I guess there is nothing else. So the Darkspawn expert was right about the Darkspawn. God damn it. Okay, let's go outside. Join up with Duncan. Yes, let's go outside.
I'm relieved you have returned, and I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of
What's that on
Talon,
the ground?
what did you find of him?
Nothing. He's gone.
I see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had
Those
good
are weird
reasons for
shadow
your
replicas.
actions.
That's
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Darlene, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Okay.
Tell Harin Pivel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Okay, we have... Okay, there are some weird graphic bugs going on right now, but we'll stick with it. For now. For today. It won't be that bad. Where is he though? Oh, there.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
Yeah. The Grey Warden says so.
Even if he's not, we must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
Didn't recognize the poem.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
Will you prepare a service for Tamlin, please?
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Okay. But what if Tamlin isn't dead?
We shall sing for him anyway, and pray he does not suffer. I ask only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
I mean, honestly, I cannot. I mean, he saved my life. But honestly, we cannot tell. Like, we don't know his motivations at this point, so.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the Keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
Yeah.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Those those shadows freak me out. They look like spirits.
Your Keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
What does this have to do with my cure?
Everything, I'm afraid. The darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Can't you just give me the cure?
The cure is only found by joining the Grey Wardens. As sole protectors against the darkspawn, we're granted some immunity to the taint. But this is not charity. We enlist only the worthy, and you have certainly proven yourself. Should you join, it's unlikely you'll ever be able to return here.
Is the clan sending me away?
A great army of darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Is that the only way?
Who knows what the future holds? Here, our paths diverge. You may never find us again. I cannot express my sadness at sending one of our sons off into such danger, away from the clan that loves him. But if this is what the Creators intend for you, Dalen, meet your destiny with your head held high. No matter where you go, you are Dalish. Never forget that.
Okay. If this is my duty, then I will go.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral.
We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
So, we leave our clan. Or we have to leave our clan. To join the Grey Wardens. To cure whatever is ailing us. But also to help stop the blight.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other Wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
That is a cheery king. I'm Theron, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
To bet the same instead of yours. I thought humans considered as dangerous vagrants. Yeah.
To be fair, your people can be a bit standoffish. Not that I blame them, of course. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Sounds like the blight is almost over.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the Tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What a nice king. In a good mood, considering that we're fighting
What the king said is true.
dark
They've
monsters.
won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
What would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
So what do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Lots of new things here, so let's check them out. Creatures. Archdemon. In darkness eternal they surge for those who had goaded them on until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer woke at last in pain and horror and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight, Threnodies. The false dragon gods of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as Month will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when Darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the Darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. A blight. Genlock. These are the most common Darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough Genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill even by magic. Alphas in any group of Genlocks, there is usually one who is dominant. As the tallest, strongest, and smartest of their kind, Alphas serve as sort of commander, directing or bullying the others in combat. Emissaries, the most intelligent of the Alphas, become gifted sorcerers with many abilities akin to blood magic. These are the emissaries, and they usually only appear during a blight. Magic and religion. The chant of light, the blight. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the field? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods." In secret they worked magic upon magic. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven, waiting. Beneath their feet the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundation of heaven and earth. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it's fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realms of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternally they searched for those who had goaded them on. Until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint twisted, even the false god and the whisperer awoke at last, in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight from Thronides. Okay. Got that one. The Grey Wardens. The first blight had already aged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. God had risen, twisted, and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair. For everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Underfalls, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands, giving up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern theaters were lost in the fighting, but Dumat fell and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazikel, Toth, Andoral, Razikal, Lusakan, and Uthimiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. The Kokari Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful owl of the Almari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His owling stood on the border of the Dark Forest on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assault on humanity. For 20 years, this owl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wilder folk. Any of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the owl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from one of her son's hearts and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the owl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The owl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his owling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husband to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Kokari Wilds. There are as many legends about the Great Southern Forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread so far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is land too cold for mankind to survive. Yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Kokari Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need to be said? From Land of the Wilders by Mother Alice, Chantry Scholar. The Darkspawn, those who had sought to claim heaven by violence, destroyed it. What was golden and pure turned black. Those who had once been mage lords, the brightest of their age, were no longer men, but monsters. Threnodies. Sin was the midwife that ushered the Darkspawn into this world. The Magisters fell from the Golden City, and their fate encompassed all our worlds, for they were not alone. No one knows where the Darkspawn came from. A dark mockery of men. In the darkest places they thrive, growing in numbers as a plague of locust will. In raids, they will often take captives and dragging their victims alive into the deep roads, but most evidence suggests that these are eaten. Like spiders, it seems Darkspawn prefer their food still breathing. Perhaps they are simply spawned by the darkness. Certainly we know that evil has no trouble perpetuating itself. The last blight was in the Age of Towers, striking once again at the heart of Tevinter, spreading south into Orlaise and east into the Free Marches. The plagues spread as far as Ferelden, but the withering and twisting of the land stopped well beyond our borders. Here, Darkspawn have never been more than the stuff of legends. In the northern lands, however, particularly Tevinter and the Underfells, They say darkspawn haunt the hinterlands, preying on outlying farmers and isolated villages, a constant threat. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Characters. King Cailan Therin. I'd hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with a fabled Grey Warden against the tainted god. Son of the legendary King Maric Therin, Cailan was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he held the throne alongside his queen Anora. Duncan, men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Warden sacrificed everything to stem the tides of darkness and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in this case. However, his mother was from the Underfells, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the free marches and Orlays. His people were everywhere and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Loghain MacTier. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Loghain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Maric, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Maric raised his friend to nobility, and Loghain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Then we have another tutorial one. That should be it. Yep, that is it, and that is also where we will end today's episodes. Thank you all for joining me for today's episode. Always appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel or giving the video a thumbs up. That helps me out a bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Dragon Age Origins very soon. Until then, have a great time.